studio with me this morning. Couple of guests actually here. I told you guys about my visit to Panda Biotech. Well, this morning I've got Scott Evans, the Executive Vice President of the company, with us. Good morning, Scott.
Thanks for having me.
Helps if I turn your mic up a little hotter there. There we go. Thank you. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Blake Carter with us as well. How are you doing?
Good morning, Mike. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine as frog hair, split three ways, I think, until someone convinces me otherwise. It has been we were talking during the break there before we came back on about my visit out there, and how I was really blown away by what I saw. You guys have done a tremendous amount of work out there to that facility, and what I see coming together really excites me, makes me feel good about the future for our local economy and the impact this is going to have, and we're going to get to that. I want to start here, Scott, with you. Let's talk a little bit about you, your background, and how you came to Panda Biotech. I know you've been with them a few years now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been with them since about 2019 when we started on this journey towards industrial hemp processing.
Right.
So originally born and raised in Dallas, and then moved out to Colorado to go to college and stuck out there for a while. That's still my home base is Denver, but I spend quite a bit of time in Dallas and the Wichita Falls area.
Yeah.
So I segued. I went full bore into industrial hemp in about 2017 out there in Colorado. We had some pilot programs in place before the Farm Bill came into effect. So got my feet wet there in the industry and really saw a lot of potential in the fiber and cellulose market. And that's when I linked up with our CEO and chairman, Bob Carter, and we started kicking the tires on this industry and traveling the world, because this is not a new industry. It's been around for hundreds, actually thousands of years.
Yeah.
So we started going to other countries that had been doing it for a while and looking at how they were doing it, how they were growing it, what equipment they were using to process it. And that's really what started this journey. And from there, it was selecting the right equipment and selecting the right location.
Yeah.
And that's what brought us here to Wichita Falls.
Well, how did you land on Wichita Falls as being the spot? Was it just the facility that was available, or was there more to it than that?
There's a few different variables in play there. One, we found a great building that has a lot of room for us to grow and expand with the future phases of this project. It fit our equipment nicely. You've been out there.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
We need a lot of room for this stuff. So it had 50-foot high bays, 24-foot low bays, and it really fit the equipment nice. But more than that, it was the agriculture in the area. It takes farmers for us to be successful. And right here, we're at the edge of cotton country and close to the Red River there with some good soil where hemp likes to grow. So good agriculture in the area, a good building. And then really when we started working with the folks here and the Chamber of Commerce and EDC, we really liked them and had a good relationship there. So all three of those factors are what landed us here in Wichita Falls, and it's been great.
I got quite an education in my couple of hours I spent out there.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Dolcomb.
The other Mike. Yep.
I learned more about hemp than I probably ever needed to know, which is fine, is great.
Yeah.
But the thing that the big takeaway for me is the versatility of that product. You guys, your equipment and the processes you're going to have in place, you're going to waste absolutely nothing.
Yep. Zero waste.
I was shocked at the fact that you're able to take even the dust that results from the decorticization. Am I saying it right?
Decortication.
Decortication. Yep. Okay.
It took us a while to get used to that word, too.
I didn't learn as much as I thought I did. From that process, you're able to take the dust from that and even reconstitute that back into another product. And I'm like, this is incredible. This is really, to me, it feels like it's very innovative. Is it as innovative as I feel like it is? Are you guys doing anything that's just really revolutionary here? Or is this something that maybe others have been doing and you're just, what kind of processes are you bringing to the table here, really?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, this has been done for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But we've modernized the process, automated the process, and really Texas-size the project, you could say.
That's a nice way to put it.
What we're doing is nothing new.
Yeah.
We're just doing it on a commercial level and being very meticulous and professional about how we set up this facility.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's going to take to get the big manufacturers on board who use our products.
Right.
You know?
And I can see how efficient this is going to be.
Yeah.
And it is going to be very efficient. The processes are going to be so refined here, and you're going to be able to put so much product into the marketplace that the hope here is maybe some companion industries or some industries that will benefit, that can, say, other manufacturers, let's say, that are making a product from your raw product, will spring up around us in this area. And it would make sense to me for them to do that, because they can be right here where the source of the raw product is being created. Yes?
Absolutely.
You're correct. We basically produce a clean ingredient for other manufacturing applications.
Right.
So we are a hemp gin, just like a cotton gin. Your bale of cotton in the field doesn't have value until it's ginned, and you got your cotton seed, you got your fiber, you've got other byproducts there. So we're similar to them. We just do it with bales of hemp straw instead of bales of cotton. And there is a lot of good fiber, good cellulose, good nutrient-rich co-products in there. So we do utilize the entire plant, and it is a zero-waste facility, and it is powered by renewable energy as well. So sustainability is really driving the hemp industry forward, and we're doing our best to keep that intact on the processing side of things.
We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll continue our visit with Scott Evans, the Executive Vice President of Panda Biotech, and Blake Carter is with us as well. You guys have now officially been in Wichita Falls for how long at this point?
3 years.
And during this 3 years, you've taken this facility that has been sitting there empty, and there have been other companies in there, but no one had really done anything with it. They really had not refurbished, I guess maybe is a good word to use. You had to replace electrical, plumbing. You had to do everything to this building to get it to the standard you needed it to be at, mechanically and otherwise, to accommodate what you're doing, to make it work for you. I think this is what a lot of people don't understand. There's a tremendous amount of background work that had to be done first before you could start bringing in millions of dollars worth of equipment to make this product. How close are you to really turning it on and going?
We have started the commissioning phase. So we are officially in commissioning. We're bumping motors, commissioning air compressors, starting with our balers, baggers, everything else. So we are at that process. You've been out there.
Yes.
We got about 4 miles worth of ductwork there. So the commissioning process is going to take a little bit of time to dial everything in.
Yeah.
And we anticipate to be running product in about mid-February, late February on our current schedule. So as you said, there was a lot of prep work. That facility has great bones, and it's been used for a lot of various things over the past few years, but we're really trying to bring it back to what it was built and designed for, which is manufacturing.
You're going to create something that other industries are going to purchase, other industries are going to manufacture other products with, multiple products with, and it's really going to turn into something special, I think, for this area.
Yeah.
So incredibly special for us. Let's talk a little bit about the agricultural side of this, because obviously you need local growers to be a part of this. You want to partner with them, basically, right?
Without a doubt. The more local producers we have, the faster we can grow the business.
Right.
This is a high volume processing line.
Right.
We can process 10 metric tons per hour. So when you start counting the bales, that's quite a bit of hemp straw that we need to run through this place.
Yes.
And the closer it is to us, the better for the logistical aspect.
Right.
We've rolled out a new pay-to-grow program where we're de-risking this for the farmers, because it's an old crop, but we haven't grown it in about 80, 90 years, something like that.
Right.
So we're trying to get them comfortable with trying out this new crop and seeing how low maintenance it is to cultivate and really what it can do for the health of their soil. Yeah. It is the most carbon negative crop or forestry product out there, and it regenerates the soil where you grow it. So we think these guys putting it in their rotation, they're going to see better yields from their other crops as well as making money from this one. So with our new program, we're giving them free seed. We've spent about 4 years trialing genetics from all over the world and have landed on a couple varieties that really perform well in this region at this latitude. So there's the biggest input cost, and we're shouldering that. And then we're giving them guaranteed payments after planting, after harvest, and then as well when we receive the feedstock on a per pound basis.
Wow. This is going to be a win-win proposition for everybody. Having that buy-in from the growers, having them actually partnering with you this way, that's a very, very critical step here that this just got to happen to really make this work the way everybody wants it to. I mean, I guess it could work otherwise, but having the local growers buy into this and partner with you is going to be it sounds like it's going to be a very, very critical thing.
Yeah, it's vital to the industry, and we saw a missing link when we first were looking into this industry. The manufacturers want this product. The farmers wanted to grow this, but you need to have a processing plant for either of those to work. So we really
chicken and an egg.
stepped in a big way to fill that gap in the supply chain so we can give upstream manufacturers and downstream producers the confidence that we're going to be there to buy the straw that they grow, and we're going to be there to supply the fiber, the herd, the nutrient-rich co-product to these guys, and it's going to be a consistent product, and it's going to be steady volumes.
If I were a producer, I would be like, this is a no-brainer. This makes absolute sense. Obviously, you guys have done a tremendous amount of work choosing the right seed, all the research, all the development. You've already done a tremendous amount of the work to prepare the growers for this. Now it's just a matter of let's get them on board and let's get going. You look at the number of acres around this area that's in cultivation. You look at what's out there. There's a lot of available land. A lot of growing could take place. And I would hope, honestly, that we could get to a point where you guys have to go, guys, hold on. You're shipping this product faster than we can process it here. I mean, that would be a wonderful place to be. But it sounds like just based on all of the industrial stuff that's going on around this, the hemp production, you're not going to have that problem. You're going to have customers for your finished product, and the growers are going to have a place to sell it, send it to, and get it produced. It's a win-win.
And I agree with you. In a very short time frame, we're going to have more growers than we can process. But the good thing about this facility is we've got several phases engineered and planned out. So this is phase one of many more to come. So as we get more people on board and as we're selling more product, we are going to add more processing capacity here. We've got it engineered to drop in a second 10-ton per hour decortication line, and then we can also do other processes, whether it's vertical manufacturing of finished products or further processing of the fiber to take it into other applications, higher count yarns, things like that. So we've got the potential to grow with the industry.
People may not realize just how many different products are made with hemp.
Thousands.
Clothing is probably one of the more versatile products that, we all have to have clothes. I certainly hope everybody wears clothes when you go out. We all have to have clothing. And I was shocked when I started doing a little bit of research, the number of clothing products that can be made with this product.
Absolutely.
I knew it was a versatile product. I didn't realize how versatile it was. When you really start doing the homework on it, you realize there is an incredible potential for this. And this is going to be the first of its kind facility in the U.S., correct?
Yes, there's not a facility to this caliber in the U.S. currently or this scale. So To my knowledge, this will be the second largest processing center in the world.
Wow.
And, definitely the newest and most technologically advanced.
We're going to take another break here in just a moment. When we come back, I want to continue talking a little bit about the growers and how they can get involved, who they need to contact, who do they need to reach out to, how do they need to get in touch with you, what process we need to get into there. And we're going to talk more about Panda Biotech and the incredible industry they're bringing to our region. Scott Evans and Blake Carter are my guests. When I took the tour, absolutely blown away by what I saw. And you had mentioned a moment ago the room for expansion. So what is coming online and going to start cranking out product here in a couple of months is what I saw mainly. But also, I got a tour of the other side that you haven't even really you haven't really started yet. It still looks much like it did, with some exception, like it did when you bought the facility.
Yeah.
And I could, in my mind, I could envision how this is going to transform based on what I saw in the now just about ready to rock and roll facility side of it. Looking at the other side, I'm going, this is going to be massive. This is an exciting industry to have here, I think, and the potential it brings. What do you guys envision a year, 2 years, 3 years down the line? What is your vision right now for this?
Yeah, 6 months down the road, line 1 or phase 1 that you saw will be fully operational. Mm-hmm. We anticipate running around the clock, 3 shifts a day. And then let's look a year down the road. We will be dropping in phase 2, which is our second 10-ton per hour decortication line. And that's still going to be in the side of the building that you saw.
Right.
We've got that engineered to lay in right next to the other equipment. And then, based on that, we're going to see where the industry is going, where the demand is, and then we'll decide what to do with the other half of that building, whether it's more decortication, whether it's a wet process to further treat the fiber. We go more vertical and start making some finished products ourselves.
The automotive industry uses hemp product. Not necessarily an endless stream of possibilities, but pretty dadgum close.
Absolutely.
There's literally thousands of products that can be made with this. And the potential economic impact for this area, it's not just economic impact for the growers, but for the community as a whole. You're going to manufacture a product here that much of it is going to get exported to other places and sold to other firms, other companies, other manufacturers, not just in the U.S., but globally. I mean, this is something that's going to have a global reach. That's going to bring new dollars into our economy. That's how you grow an economy. You produce things, you sell those things, and you bring fresh dollars back into your economy. And that turns over, and then and the cycle just keeps repeating over and over and over again. And the growth is almost endless for you, is it not?
You're 100% correct there. Once we have this product and get it in the hands of manufacturers, R&D departments,
right,
there's already thousands of uses, and who knows what's going to come once there's a steady, consistent supply of this. And it is global. We're focused on textile grade fiber. It's hard to get there, but we've got the equipment and the technology to do it. So that is our main focus, but fiber only makes up 25% of the plant. And then we have the core of the plant, what we call herd, and that's used for high-end animal bedding, and it's also used for construction materials, hempcrete, and composites, bioplastics. The possibilities are endless. So textiles and the non-woven industry, whether it's insulation, sound dampening material in the underbody of cars, there's so many applications here, and all those applications require a different specification of fiber, and we're set up to produce that.
Ideally, how many acres does someone need to be able to grow to have a real impact with your
We have a
industry?
25-acre minimum. If it's somebody really close and local to the plant, we may work with them if they've got less acreage. But we target that 25 to 500 acre is probably the sweet spot because we want these guys to get a little bit of experience with the crop, see how it grows, see how they harvest it, how it works with their equipment and their other crops that they rotate, and then scale up from there. So we don't want people, hey, I've got 5,000 acres, I'm growing 5,000 acres of hemp. We'd like you to put 25%, something like that, rotate it in there, and then see what it does to the healthier soil, because it is key for regenerative agriculture, and we're seeing a shift that way, and I think hemp will be pivotal in getting their land back to what it used to be 50, 100 years ago, before monocropping and everything that we're doing now took over.
Well, I know you've got people on your team that have been going out and connecting with growers and producers in the area.
Absolutely.
Meeting with them. If someone maybe that you talked to or that you haven't talked to yet, if they want to get in touch with you, what's the first step in them getting connected with Panda Biotech?
I would reach out to the website, pandabiotech.com, click on the Grower Inquiries tab, and from there they can submit a form that will go directly to our ag team, and they can follow up with all the information they need and start getting into the details and move to a contract. It's like you said, there's really no downside to it. We've stepped in to fill in the gap in crop insurance, and now Panda Biotech, we are their form of crop insurance with the Pay to Grow program. We have de-risked it for the farmer, and we're getting a lot of good traction with this new program we've rolled out. So we encourage people to act fast, because as you mentioned, once we've identified our farmers, we're going to be booked up until we get phase 2 online.
Yeah, definitely. Scott Evans, Executive Vice President, Panda Biotech, is with us in the studio, as well as Blake Carter. Guys, is there anything that we have not talked about that I've not brought up or you've not brought up yet that we should?
We've got a lot to talk about when it comes to industrial hemp. So we can't fit it all in, but I think education is key. There's a lack of knowledge. There's misconceptions. So if you get on our website or you get online and you do a little research about industrial hemp for fiber, it'll probably open your eyes to what this industry really is. And that's a big part of what we do, is education and informing the people. This is what industrial hemp is, and this is the potential that it has.
Right, definitely. And I really want people to, take the time to do that. But I also, I want to have you guys back on the show. Again, I don't want this to be a one-off thing. I want you guys to, I'd like to have you on regularly to talk about how things are progressing with the company, how things are going with the growers and the community. When we start actually shipping product out to various manufacturers, how that's developing. I want people to stay abreast of how all this is impacting the local economy, because I'm telling you, it's going to be tremendous. This may be the biggest industrial revolution that this community has seen in a very long time, if ever. This is something that's not just totally new to us and new to everybody in a lot of ways. I mean, it really is. But it's going to be revolutionary for our economy. I really believe it will be. I think what you're going to see happen, 5 years down the road, you're going to look back and go, God, why couldn't we have done this sooner for our city, for our area?
Yeah, I'd agree. It's a unique opportunity to be on the ground floor of a brand new industry. And that does not come along very often.
No.
And we think with our investment and our team, Wichita Falls can be the epicenter of industrial hemp production in the U.S., and that's our plan, is to keep expanding, bringing in other manufacturers who use our products, and really grow this from the ground up here at Wichita Falls.
Yeah, obviously you've got a close relationship with the Chamber of Commerce. You're working with those guys. I know we talked a little bit during the break about, some kind of a partnership perhaps with Midwestern State University. There's so many ways this can expand within the community and grow and become a very key component to the local economy in various ways, in multiple ways. So I'm looking forward to having you guys back. We're just about out of time here, but I really appreciate you taking time to come in this morning. Scott Evans is Executive Vice President, And Blake Carter is with us as well, part of the founding family of this
Yes,
industry.
sir.
And it's your grandfather who's
Yes.
the CEO and chairman.
CEO and chairman, that is correct.
Well, we're looking. I look forward to meeting him too, hopefully at some point.
Absolutely.
And look forward to having you guys back on. So thank you for being here.